The Vanguard Guide to Annuitization. All right, they use Transamerica for their variable annuity, and they have this nice little report here. So let's check it out. It's actually pretty good. Your guide to annuitization from Vanguard with the Vanguard variable annuity. It's just an 8-pager. I think I'm not sure where. I guess my man James had emailed this to me. So. Let's see. Learn how annuitization can help you meet your retirement needs. If your long-term goal is to have a steady flow of income during retirement and reduce the risk of outliving your assets, you might want to consider annuitization. By converting your annuity contract to regular payments, you can stretch your retirement savings into a guaranteed lifetime stream of income. All right. So let's go down. Questions to ask. Why should I annuitize? Guarantee yourself and someone else, if you wish, an income stream for life. You can have more confidence in your financial situation knowing that you may be less likely to outlive your money. As an alternative to annuitization, you can either arrange for systematic withdrawals or make withdrawals whenever you want. However, while these options give you more flexibility and greater control, your payments aren't guaranteed for life. Remember that only an annuity can guarantee you payments for life. There's no other way around that. Now, that's a sales pitch the annuity providers make, and there's some legitimacy to that. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but be it as it may. You're down 54% from 2007 October to March 2009. You're like, man alive. I wish I would have annuitized back in October 2007 to avoid taking that 54% hit, because you didn't know you're at the bottom at that point. And the annuity just pays you and pays you and pays you. When's the best time to annuitize? Well, the best time to annuitize could be at retirement or whatever you need to replace your other sources of income. Generally, the longer you delay annuitizing your contract, the fewer payments you'll receive, and as such, the more each payment will be. So 65 years old, my life expectancy is 85, just for simplicity. That's 20 years of annuity payments. 70 years old, my life expectancy is only 15 years, so 15 years of payments, which means I have more income for those 15 years because I get paid 5 years less relative to those 20 years, more monthly income, I should say. Hope that makes sense. Conversely, if you begin receiving payments at a younger age, the payments will be smaller, but they'll be for a longer amount of time. So again, you get them young, they're smaller, but for they're longer. You get them older, they're larger because they're shorter time period, just no different than Social Security. How much income can I receive? The income you receive depends on the amount you convert, your life expectancy, the interest rates, and the payment option you choose. Can I change my mind after annuitizing? No, it's an irrevocable contract, The decision to annuitize is final. And once you choose an annuity payment option, that decision is also final. This is a big deal. When you annuitize, the accumulated value of your contract is converted to an income stream that you can't outlive. You won't be able to make withdrawals from that money either. It's a good idea to have funds available outside of your annuity to cover your expenses. I completely agree. All right, so here's a Vanguard variable annuity. You can tailor your income stream to meet your needs or those of your spouse or others. You got a life annuity. Your life annuity is guaranteed income as long as you're alive. However, your payments will stop when you die, and nothing will be paid out to the heirs. So that's the risk. You're saying, this is the most. You'll get this more than anything. I'm going to do it over my life. As long as I'm breathing, I get the payments. The minute I stop breathing, they stop. So if I annuitize it over my life and I get killed tomorrow, sucks to be my heirs. Joint and last survivor annuity, JLSA. All right, so this is where you, and we'll just say your wife, well, they'll explain it to us. If there are two annuitants, Charlotte and Josh, each of you receive income as long as one of you guys are alive. All right. Now so Charlotte and Josh are the annuitants. As long as one of us are alive, we receive amount of money. Now, when one dies, me, how much my survivor gets is contingent on the percentage that we choose for a survivor benefit. So the survivor can get 100%, 75%, or 50% of the original amount. So if we're receiving $2,000 a month while we're both alive and I have 100% joint and life survivor benefit, that simply means when I die, Charlotte continues to receive $2,000 a month. If you have 75% as a survivor benefit, that means when I die, she would get $1,500 a month. If you have a 50% survivor benefit, that means when I die, she would get $1,000 a month. I hope that makes sense. So what happens here is If you do 100% joint and life survivor annuity, all right, so joint and life survivor annuity, you're going to have a less of a payment because it's going to cover my life at $2,000 a month and Charlotte's life at $2,000 a month, assuming we have a 100% joint and life survivor. If we have a 50% joint life survivor, you'll probably pay $2,300 a month while we're both alive. And then when I die, it'll pay Charlotte half of that. It'll be whatever that is, $1,150. All right, so you just got to crunch those numbers. So 100% joint life survivor will be lower than a 50% joint life survivor. A single annuity just on me alone without Charlotte will be higher than both because once I die, it stops. All right, now you got to look at this, period certain. All right, so we got life annuity with period certain. This is my favorite. I always say default to a joint and life survivor, 20-year period certain. That's what I always default to. Doesn't mean that's what you should do. It just means that's where you start. You'll receive payments for life with a minimum guaranteed payment ranging from 10 to 30 years. If you die before that payment ends, or that period ends, if you die before the period ends, your designated beneficiary will receive the remaining payment. So in this case, we'll just say Josh and Charlotte, we have a 20-year joint and life survivor annuity. We're driving down the road after year 5 and we get killed. Still got 15 years left on the contract. Because it's a 20-year period certain, that means my heirs, my kids, will get 15 years of payments. And in the year 21 of the entirety of the 20-year contract, it stops. All right, so just keep that in mind. A joint and life survivor annuity covers me and Charlotte. A joint and life survivor annuity with a period certain, again, 20 years, covers me and Charlotte, or 20 years, whichever is longer. All right, so I die in year 3, Charlotte dies in year 8. The kids still get 12 years because you have a 20-year period certain. If I die in year 3 and Charlotte dies in year 23, even though we have a 20-year period certain, it doesn't matter because that period certain is expired. The annuity survived beyond 20 years, which means it stops at Charlotte's death. Then you just got a period certain annuity, and I don't like this one. You receive payments for a specific time, 10 years. So a lot of people do this from 62 to 70 to cover their Social Security. I just don't frankly think that's worth it. So they say, hey, after a certain amount of time, I guess Vanguard only gives you 10 years. Other companies will give you 8 from 62 to 70. I'm going to annuitize something, and it'll pay me for 8 years to time me over to Social Security. I just don't think that's worth it, to be honest with you. All right, let's see. We got decide fixed payments, variable payments, or combination payments. All right, so here at Vanguard, you receive the same amount each and every year for the rest of each and every month for the rest of your life, but it's not cost of living adjustment. All right, so keep in mind that if you choose this, your payments may not keep up with cost of living, or inflation. Variable payments allocate your assets among a diverse range of investment portfolios, and they're saying this first payment will be based on assumed interest rates of 4%. Subsequent payments will vary depending on how the investment performs. I don't like that at all. Why even bother the annuity then? Combination, combine the predictability of the fixed with the growth potential of the variable option. I don't like either of those. If you're going to annuitize it, just put the fixed payment. And if you want a COLA on there, it'll be reduced significantly. I've yet to find it makes sense to do a cost of living adjustment, inflation adjustment on annuity. I have yet to see the benefit of that. I just like the fixed payment. Fixed payment, 20-year, 100% joint life, period certain. I hope that makes sense. How will your payments be taxed? If you purchase your annuity with rollover money from an IRA or 401k, it's all going to be taxed. If you purchase your money with non-qualified after-tax money, you'll owe income tax only on your earnings. Your non-qualified annuity payments will be calculated differently depending on the payment option you choose. So we're just going to do a fixed payment here. We determine the exclusion ratio, or a measure of the amount that isn't subject to income tax because it's considered a return of your principal, a return of the original investment that you made, which has already been taxed. For example, if your exclusion ratio is 80%, that means only 20% of the amount of your payments will be subject to income tax, and they're taxed as OI, ordinary interest. Just keep that in mind. Key terms, annuitant. Those are the individual whose life expectancy will be used to calculate the annuity payments. Annuitization, the conversion of a lump sum of money into an income stream that lasts forever, essentially, as long as you choose that. Well, I guess it doesn't necessarily have to last forever if you choose a fixed period certain, but I don't know why you do that. Assumed interest rate, the rate of return used to calculate the first variable payment. I don't like variable payments on this. Fixed payments, annuity payments that remain the same for the life of the annuitant. Again, the annuitant is the person whose life expectancy we're putting that payment on. And so if you're 35 and I'm 65, they're two completely different life expectancies. And as such, the payment for the person who's 35 would be much, much lower than the payment for the payment for the person who's 65. Period certain, the number of years for which the issuing company agrees to make annuity payments. And again, I don't like variable payments. And again, the Vanguard one starts with through Transamerica. Let's take a gander what the Vanguard annuity consists of. Hold on a second. Actually, it just occurred to me, Vanguard doesn't offer these anymore, so it doesn't matter. So let's just double check. I don't think they do. Hold on a sec. So let's type in variable annuity. I don't think they're offering anymore. Yeah, right here. On December 7, 2020, Vanguard will transition to a Transamerica. Will handling all the annuity services, communications, and account access. Annuity administration is essential to Vanguard's long-term products, and so okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't think they're offering it anymore. I don't think they're offering variable annuities anymore at Vanguard. So let's just see. Yeah. All right, so yeah, I don't think they were. So anyway, there you go. So that's the premise of annuitizing an annuity, and a Vanguard one in this case. Hope you find that helpful. Love to hear your thoughts. See you. And the same, look, by the way, all the same things applies. The same terminology is applying for Transamerica, Vanguard annuities, TIA, CREF annuities. It's all the USA, any MetLife. It all applies across the board. All right, we'll see you.